This is the update I had mentioned about giving you from my Reese's Sidewinder. Because I had the side-to-side movement, I thought I would give you an update on it, but also tell you what I'm thinking is causing the problem. So my block is the correct block, and right now it is adjusted as far forward as it can go. There's no more adjustments available there. With that, I put it in there, and it's a tight fit in my B&W. So I've got that as best I can do it. But where I'm coming, the issue really would be is like I did some measurements. I did a measurement from the center of the kingpin to the center of the shoulder where it hits into the B&W. This will be the center portion, not the front, not the back, but in the middle. And then that same measurement from there, I did a measurement back here on the swivel point. And what I have is you have 3 inches here, and then from here back to this part I have 19 inches. So it's over a 6 times larger gap back here. So whatever you have here, whatever movement this kingpin might have in the fifth wheel, you would multiply that by 6 and it would give you the movement that you're going to have back here. So you could take a simple example. Let's say, the kingpin has a 1/4 inch movement, which is not much movement at all. But that 1/4 inch multiplied by 6 turns around and gives the pivot point 1.5 inches of movement. And you saw my previous videos, you could see, that pivot point, this part of it, was moving pretty good left to right. And I did that before I had moved my block for full forward. That has reduced the amount of movement I have, on the kingpin system here. So it's reduced it. But even with that, like I said, a simple 1/4 inch, slack on the kingpin gives you 1.5 inches back here, and that's quite a bit. Because if you don't have this pivot, you simply got a rigid. You don't have that back there, and you have a 1/4 inch slop, then all you have is a 1/4 inch, slop movement. That's it. So this changes that, and that's what you just got to be aware of. Is there a way to get around that without making that a different kind of connection on the kingpin? I don't know how you would resolve it, because it's going to have some slack, some movement. So that's what's going on there. But again, when I slip that forward, the overall movement of the fifth wheel has been reduced, and it's much more manageable now. It's not anywhere near as interesting as it was before. So we've got that. The other part is, the Sidewinder, it makes my life so much easier pulling into RV parks or anything else. I can come in, I can make it, I can easily crank at 90 degrees if I'd like to. I prefer not to, because I don't want to put that kind of stress on the RV's 2 axles, because that puts a twisting on those. But I can do up to the 90 degrees. I have the B&W hitch. And the B&W hitch, it has adjustments where you can adjust the arms back or you can adjust them forward. I have these things, my arms is fully adjusted forward, which allows me to transfer more weight towards the front of the truck, so that works great. So, I don't know if you can hear people walking by. Sorry about that. So that works, but even with that, I can still, like I say, I can turn the full 90 degrees either way. And it makes backing in, so it just removes that concern. And even with that, the amount of clearance I have between, the cab, the cap of this thing, and the bed of the truck, is over 6, maybe 8 inches of space in between them. So this thing is absolutely working great as far as that goes. Like I said, the only downfall is that little bit of movement, but I don't see any way to get around it. So sorry it took me so long to get back to you. Thank you.